Tommy, how's it going?
Nothing much. You know how it is. We were just talking. I mean, I'm not trying to expose anything, but we're always working and we just got off a call.
Yeah, that was an hour and a half long call. We talked a lot about exposing each other for some reason. We're meant to be a team. I don't know what's going on there. But welcome. I'm really, really happy to have you. I think a lot of people have been waiting to hear your story, your backstory, see how you got to where you are now. So that's something I really like to start with. It's nice to get to know the person we're talking to. So why don't you take us back?
All right. Um yeah, I mean people know me as Tommy or Taiwan Swag, so it's pretty obvious. I was born and raised in Taiwan and yeah, I was in my family was in tech, so was flourished with all this cool tech stuff when I was young. And I got into like sneaker collecting in middle school. So I remember like the first superstar that shoe that I used to collect was Iverson. So I used to collect a lot of Iverson stuff, and then it was T Mac, and then got into Jordan, and eventually started joining like different sneaker groups, Nike Talks, and like back then there was like Kicks on Fire and different like sneaker news forum, and yeah, and I went to eventually I went to Purdue. I don't know if any of you know. It's a engineering school in Indiana, and then eventually I dropped out because I was just so into business. When I got into US, I just started like my sneaker reselling business. So I used to this was back in like 2009, 2010. So there was like bots was just coming out, and like not a lot of overseas people were just you know trying to grab the limited sneakers. So it was pretty easy for me to just have people help me to line up at Foot Locker finish line back then, and I tried to sell all the shoes back to Taiwan or Japan because the profit margin is higher. And but it's like eventually I to a point you collect so many sneakers and you go to like sneaker cons or complex con or different convention. Of course there will be like other people wearing the same shoes. That's why I started my brand called the Remade. So the Remade is actually a customized sneaker brand, and that's when I wanted to like started my own style, making my own shoes because I don't want to wear the same shoes as other people. And when I first started, it was actually pretty hard because um, I I remember I was just sending like my shoes to a few factories that I know in China, like sneaker factories, and tell them to like take the whole shoes apart and change to the material. Like at first, I remember I was changing to like python, snake skin, some crazy skins um, with Air Jordan One. But then eventually, I feel like that was overplay. So I remember like creating my first um, theme shoes during Chinese New Year. That was actually like the first shoe um, people start kind of know about the remake. So I started the remake like back in 2014, and yeah, Ferry, I think I sent you the link about like this Air Jordan
Is
One.
that the Chinese New
Yeah, the
Year
Chinese New
ones?
Year one, and I did that shoe, and yeah, I think it was like January 2015, and I did like photo shoots and because the shoes is really well done, like reconstructed, and I did like this whole theme with the packaging and all that. Did a photo shoot, and at that time, I remember like Sneaker News and Nice Kicks was like thought it was like official release from Jordan, so they started like posting about it, but then eventually found out it was from a customizing brand. Is from me. It's called the Remade. But yeah, so after that, I started realizing, I think this business model is right. So every Chinese New Year, I'll release the theme shoes. So I you know, I started with Jordan One and Jordan Four and Jordan 11. I think I did like Air Up Temple, and eventually I did a Dunk like 2 years ago. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's I think if you go on Google and type in the remade Chinese New Year, there would be a lot of shoes popping out. Yeah. I think that's basically it. And there, I know a lot of people want to know like how I got connected with Artifact. I know some of you know the story, but a lot of you don't. So one of the founder, Zaptio, he used to own customizing brand called Free Custom, and that's when we connected. This is way back, like I don't know how many years ago, like probably 6, 7 years ago. And then we didn't really talk back then when he was like, I just remember like he doing crazy work, like Zap was doing like all this like LV, Air Force One, and he blew up with like the mask and all that stuff. And I remember the story, like he hit me up like back in 2019 in July. Um, he was just like, "Yo, your sneakers is dope," and like, um, we're gonna start like this future sneaker company. So this was before like Artifacts IG and like all this public stuff. He hit me up. He was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna start like the future of sneakers," and he wanted to see if I could be a part of it, be the the Asian distributor and all that stuff. So, but at that time, my dad just passed away. So my head, I wasn't really like into like business and all that. I was just like handling stuff. And he was just trying to talk to me about like digital sneaker and stuff. So I wasn't really understand like what he was trying to do. So I didn't decline him, but I didn't really, participate. So that was my miss. Yeah. I didn't regret it, but it's like eventually it worked out because now I'm on the team. So yeah, I follow Artifact, so I we still keep connected, and eventually the CloneX avatar launched it. I minted, and we stay connected. And I travel around the world to different Artifact events, and not just official events, but all the community events as well. Meet up with a bunch of great, community member. I remember like the first time I really stepped out was during NFT NYC, and I saw like this tweet. I think it was Cass saying that they're having or Hope CEO, I forgot. They're having a breakfast, and because before that, I didn't really like meet up with any like CloneX, overseas because I was in Taiwan, and I went to. I remember I went, and I remember it was at this Starbucks or something. Was this Starbucks at the corner? And it was a bunch of dudes, and I just met up with them and say hi, and it was cool. And we walked around, went to Gagosian, and that's when I was just like, yeah, this in real life meetup stuff, like meeting with different holders around the world is actually pretty cool. So I just started traveling to Japan and all that, met like Mero and a bunch of cool people, designer con, met up with like Dre, Cass, and all of them, and had a chance to go to Paris and Tokyo. That's when I like really linked with Benoit and Salt Lake City, and Chris was in Paris as well. We linked up and we talked more, and eventually I wanted we both came to agreement that I really want to help with the community growth, and yeah, and here I am. I'm the community lead. And just to let everybody know, I just really want to shout out to all the Artifact, team. That even though we kind of have a title, like I'm community lead, but honestly, I'm not just doing community stuff. Like I have like 4 or 5 different tasks, that I have to do, and yeah. And so like shout out to Cass, like even though he's a community manager, but he's doing like a billion things at once. Simas Ferry and all these other people. But yeah, like for me, it's just I just feel like it's cool. I don't see like working with Artifact as like an actual like job, even though it's not easy. It's very challenging even for people like me that have been through a lot. At I used to run different business, still run different business, but like working with Artifact is actually like enjoyable because it's working with a lot of pioneers and talents. That's what I enjoy. So yeah.
Yeah, and with Artifact, there's honestly every day is different. There's
Yep.
so much stuff going on at the same time. It's nuts. There's never a boring day. I'm sure it's the same for the community members as well. Like the amount of creators we have, it's kind of overwhelming at times. But Tommy,
I take a lot of naps, y'all. I don't do nothing but
you
sleep
do
all
not.
day, every day.
Hey,
You
you know how it was, bro. Come on, Cass. Like I was like now I'm in LA, right? But when I was in Taiwan, dude, like I'm on demon hour like every day. I probably like my sleeping schedule is weird, and like I'll talk to Cass till like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. My time because that's like I don't know, his like, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. But yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
we
same voice that you hear from Meryl when he comes up on Spaces, that's the same as Tommy
oh.
in meetings. He's gone. He's done.
But hey, you know what's crazy though? But that we actually get more stuff done that way. Like now I'm in LA. I feel like in Taiwan, because we'll be just like working 24 hours nonstop. Like Cass will be, sleeping and I'm working, and I'll be working and Cass sleeping. So it's cool.
24/7.
Very, very cool. Tommy, I want to go back to the Chinese New Year
Yes.
customs that you did. Is that one of the first ones you did?
No, actually, but this is the first like theme that actually thought about the whole packaging, how I want to launch it with great photographer, Like before it was just like me making one-on-one for different, celebrities, like just a one-off, and I wouldn't do like a launch. And I actually did a pop-up in China for this release.
Yeah, and then something else. I'll pin that to the top, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Something else that you made is the remade. You guys collaborated with ACU, and it's their Chinese koi, and they are 3D printed. What part of that is 3D printed? Can you talk about the process
I
of
think I
those?
think I think there's up there. There's a Levi's pair as well. I just want to talk about like how I like like the remake the transition. So at first, like the Chinese New Year is like a theme shoes, right? But eventually, I got into like like the war started trending about recycling and used stuff. So this Levi's jacket is actually like a used Levi's jacket from one of my ex girlfriends. So I just cut it up and make it into a pair of shoe. Yeah. So it was
Wait. I have to ask.
yeah.
I have to ask. Did you cut it up after you broke up? Is that
No,
why?
no, 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 no. It was when we were together at that time. That was actually her feet on the picture. But yeah, like
And that was why they broke up.
no,
See,
no, no. That's
it's
not why. But
Oh.
I just think it's cool because it's like when I started making shoes out of like used clothes or clothes, it's like you're giving a life to another, to an old item. So you can it's like wearable stuff. I think it's cool. Because there's story behind that jacket or something, and then now you're making it into another product. But I don't see the koi fish shoes, the 3D printed one that you post. I don't think it's on there yet.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top. You might have to
Oh, is it?
close it and then
Oh,
open.
it's fine. But
Yeah.
yeah, that shoe is actually pretty cool. That I was exploring. That's another face. That's like the last face that I was just trying to combine 3D printed stuff with, traditional sneakers. But most of the panel that you guys see from the wing, and all that, like is mimicking like the koi fish scale, are 3D printed. Yeah, and this is the shoe. Um, Actually, I think caught Zaptiel's eye that he hit me up with. So I released this shoe at the first ever SneakerCon in Shanghai, and yeah, it sold out like in 2 seconds, I think.
Bloody hell, mate. Yeah, I think they're one of my favorite ones as well because I've been stalking your butt. Um, these are ones that are definitely like they're so sleek, they're so clean, and I love a Chinese koi. So, I think you guys did a brilliant job with those. But I wanted to know from your experience, what are like some key strategies or like principles that you believe in that are like essential for creating a successful brand or to ensure like the longevity of
Oh,
the brand, of the
I
success of the
think
brand.
for me, because when I was doing I actually have other several business, but for I just say for the remake, right? Because since it's a custom made like tailor, you know, company, so my goal is really easy, just to fulfill customers' need, and also just be on trend and see like what might be because I was trying to be innovative as well, right? That's what I was trying to show you guys. Like from first I was doing Chinese New Year, and then I started using old clothes to make shoes, and then become 3D printed, with traditional shoes. And eventually I did like a fully 3D printed shoe. So I think the brand has to be keep innovated so it doesn't feel like it's outdated. Kind of like Nike. It's been around for a long time, but you don't feel like Nike's like an old company, right? So I think that's just the two things that I'm trying to achieve. Just something new and fun that, I don't get bored with, and then just know what your audience wants.
Okay, I'm going to use this opportunity to um, tell people that they are more than welcome to come up on stage and ask any questions. Johnny, I'm looking at you. You're very well informed about this space of sneakers. So please do come up. But another thing that I wanted to ask you is how does it differ for you working with the remade and then jumping into Artifact, which is way more digital and futuristic?
I think like so I started really I actually started my Web3 journey like 2019, 2018, like when when he brought it up, like that when Z brought up the whole digital sneaker stuff. So I started kind of studying about it. And for me, the remake right now is really steady because we only do like two, three projects a year. We don't really do one-of-one custom anymore. So right now I'm working with a museum to do some crazy shoe. So I don't really have to pay too much, attention to the brand, but I still work on it. And with Artifact, it's just something I can, learn about new things every day. So yeah.
Beautiful. Johnny, welcome up on stage. How you doing today?
Wait, before
Yo, this has been a long overdue, right? The respect I have for this dude. I mean, shit. He was the first custom I ever bought, right, from the remade. I mean, he was the one who got me interested. That 3D printed shoe up there caught my eye originally. I mean, the waves that it made at the time was pretty insane. And I had to reach out to him and say, one day when I can't afford it, I will be reaching out to you to get a custom. And then he said, I'm here for it. And years later, we did, countless custom drops together and collaborations, and knowing his knowledge within the space and just the way he conducts himself within running a business, right? And then being able to grow, the care that he puts into the things that he does. All the flowers to him. So it's like an additive to the team. That's, it was super exciting to me because, again, he couldn't really give me any kind of alpha, but he was just like, yo, just know, you just know. And I always trusted and I always got really excited with the possibilities. And especially now that he's with the team, it's really exciting knowing that with his knowledge and his past and what he has built out, what his knowledge is and what his kind of vision is for the future, teamed up with this amazing team that we already have. It's just dope to see. So.
Thank you, man. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, man, we go way back. I remember when he first hit me up. I think the first impression I have of Johnny was I remember I saw this guy. He started doing all this concept stuff for different brands, and I'm like, that's cool. And then we end up talking, and he reached out to me saying that he liked my work, and then like you said, eventually he saved up and bought one of the custom pair all white Air Jordan 1 off white from me. And when we did countless collaboration, and we did a Milwaukee Buck Championship shoes as well together. So it was crazy. And then now we're all in this same community, and we're still building, and we all believe in this, future digital concept. So it's just cool.
I was gonna ask Johnny, what was the since I know you guys have had some history, what was the favorite shoe that you guys worked on together?
God, it's so hard.
There's so many.
I always have to. The what the Grateful Dead means a lot to me because it was the first one that we personally did together to make a reality, right? But then I also love the Cotton Candy Bears just because of he was wearing them at a SneakerCon actually. It was the way it hit, and then it was male, female driven. It was very diverse in the way it hit, and the quality of the shoe with the hidden stash pocket on it, very true to the Nike SB and everything like that. The way it was constructed, absolutely beautiful shoe. But the Union mids, honestly, to me, are I wear those on a regular basis, or my beaters now because I couldn't get the 4s, right? So I was yo, I got to design these, and then Tommy made them absolutely perfect. So I was yeah, those have been worn a lot over the last year, but always top notch, man.
Damn, I didn't know you did the cotton candy ones. I always see Tommy rocking those too, and I like they're
Yo,
showstoppers. No matter what.
we made a lot of shoes, man. Like I have a lot of shoes, bro.
I mean, the Bucks pair. I can't. How can I leave up the Bucks pair though? Too. I mean, being one of 20, I think, in the world, and then being fully like embossed with crystal, and then having like a 15-pound wooden a hand carved box to go with it. I mean, I remember the coaches of the Bucks even said I would rather put my ring in this box right here than the box that they gave us for the ring. So, I mean, yeah, that pair holds a special piece of my heart for sure.
Wait, which one's the one with the crystals? Is that the one where, Tommy, you posted a video of you pointing the camera at your feet, and then you go over to, I think it's Clegg or
No,
Zach,
that's a
and they're
different
wearing
that's a different pair. Me and Johnny, we did a
Oh,
Milwaukee
okay.
Bucks like actual NBA championship shoe.
Sick.
Yeah,
Very, very
it
cool.
was fully crystallized. Yeah.
Yeah, those were extra icy. I remember seeing a designer con.
Yep.
That was that was a sight. Same with those like Kobe inspired Jordans that you got. Those ones are still like, I don't even know what to say about them. Like that's just like the dumbest pair of shoes I've ever seen in my life. This man was walking around in New York City the first time I met him. I saw him with those things on, and in my brain, I'm just like, they're fake. Like, you know
Oh,
how
come
like
on,
you
man.
see some shoes, you're like, there's no way, bro. I was wearing these out right now, like in New York City, no less, bro. Come on now,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a
whole
squad. I
CEO is
have a whole
probably
squad
cringing.
with
His
me.
like, he's wrapping his saran wrap in his feet right now, thinking about it.
I have a whole Asian squad with me, bro. I'm fine. I'm safe.
Bro, that's wild. But let's throw it to another shoe connoisseur,
What's up,
Dre
Dre?
Mill. What's good?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me? I got a pair of Ninjas AirPods on. I don't know if it's gonna come through clear or not.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to Ninja. I wish he was in here to catch that joke. But yeah, man. I'm just wanted to come up and give Tommy his flowers for real. I remember the first time I met Tommy was when we were talking about doing something for DesignerCon with CloneX LA, and he joined the Zoom meeting. And you know Tommy how he is, man. He comes through with some energy and some passion. And he was just talking. Yeah, man, I'm doing this. We about to go and do this. I can't wait. We gotta get these vending machines imported. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but yeah, man, yeah, we got it. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. And I was like, what the fuck? And then he came through and actually did all of that stuff at DesignerCon and had the nicest booth in the entire DesignerCon situation. And that's when I learned, like, yo, you definitely got to put some respect on this man's name. And from there, you never let it down, man. You've always been foot on the neck, gas pedal, you know what I mean? One time, bah, bah, bah. It's just been fire, for real. So came up here to give you your flowers. Wanted to ask to where you wanted to go now with your creative direction. So you've been making these shoes with the Remade, making history with the Remade for quite some time. Have you ever thought about doing something else besides shoes? Maybe jumping in to do some apparel or anything like that? And if so, let's do a collab, man, because I've been ready to do some things. We came out with the Artifact, or excuse me, not the Artifact, the CloneX LA jerseys, CloneX LA Blazers, right? Like, I don't have the resume that you do with the creations, but I definitely have the ideas. And it's interesting. I'm very interested to see where your mind is going creatively for the future.
I mean, yes, first, thanks for that flower. But yeah, that's just how I do things. Like when I really envision something, I just, just like Nike, right? Just do it. And, sometimes I just, yeah. But for where I'm trying to do, the remake is steady. So I think that I just, try to sustain it, and try to keep it up. But for my personal portfolio, I mean, I invest in a couple other company as well, but my main focus on Artifact is really like trying to build a platform that you know the community can meet each other, and it's kind of like a 1+1 greater than 2 situation. So that's why me and Cass, we launched this Clone War tour and all this different in real life events to have everybody to connect, right? And like your point said, you want to make some jersey and all that. I feel like me working with Artifact, I serve myself as a platform. So if any community members that want to, always have idea want to do certain things, I'm always open to it. So yeah, and I'm always appreciate you, giving the right info, rapping like ambassador of Artifact, you know, just trying to help us to push further.
Hell yeah, let me dabble on that. Dre, I was laughing so much when you were mimicking Tommy, because one of my first memories of Tommy was I went into some random spaces, I can't remember what it was, and Tommy kept interrupting me, and I don't know if it was a signal thing or not, but he was so loud and so energetic. I was like, my God, this guy, he's got a big head on him. and then it took me a while to actually see this guy is so legit. He is so, I don't know, like, if he wants to get something done, he will get it done. And I have so much respect for him now, and I will never ever question his movements, his speak, nothing. I rate you so much, Tommy. We also have, I don't know if you want to comment on that, Tommy. I should probably move.
No, it
move
was.
on.
I remember because when I really want to get something done, I really want to get it done, or else, I don't know. It's just me, kind of like how I used to run all my business. But yeah,
I guess that's why you were successful. But one thing that I am going to question is your order from McDonald's. 2 black coffees with 2 McChickens, spicy McChickens.
why you gotta
how does
expose
that
me,
go?
man? Okay,
I'm sorry, somebody had to expose someone,
all right.
and this is the one I've chosen. The weakest one.
That's a special situation. That's when like I'm trying to rush to Cass to meet up with him at this like possible. Wait, am I? Yeah, I shouldn't say this because it's leaking out. But like, I stopped myself. I stopped myself. But I was rushing. Okay, I was rushing. I was out of time because I have to drive an hour to meet up with Cass. So like, I just stopped at a McDonald's and grabbed something really quick. And I just saw like, oh, two spicy McChicken for $5. Let's do that then. I was like, why not? Bring back old college experience.
Fairy ass questions. She gets the alpha one way or another.
Wow, I almost leaked something, and I'm like, oops.
Y'all should have let him cook, man. Tommy is good for shooting out something, bro. I wasn't gonna say anything about anything. Let this man cook. What's crazy about that statement is 2 for $5. What happened to McDonald's, man? It used to be 2 for $2. I ain't been there in years. 2 for $5. God damn.
Inflation, bro.
Wait, maybe it's 2 for $3. I forgot. Man, when you go to McDonald's, you don't look at the price. You don't look at the price tag, bro. It's McDonald's. Why would you look? You just order whatever you want.
Oh, you guys are so lucky that I'm an employee and I'm not a community member anymore, because I would get all the alpha. I would.
Oh,
I really
would. There's no alpha. I think everybody just.
Oh, there is.
I think honestly, like, people like right now everybody should know, like, Artifact's a brand and we're just growing. We're not just, we're just trying to build and trying to expand and want to not on board. We're trying to bring like the new innovative stuff to, the crowd. Because before we keep saying like onboarding people, but right now, look, we're going to SneakerCon, we're going to ComplexCon. It's like we bring our dopest product to everybody.
Absolutely. But to me, alpha is knowing that I could potentially have anything that has that Artifact blade on it.
No.
Oh, baby. We have Beetle up on stage. How you doing?
Hey, hi guys. How you guys doing?
It's crazy.
3 a.m. timing.
It's 3 a.m., bro.
Yeah, and for Meryl, it's like 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining.
So Tommy, I got 2 questions.
Yes.
It's very hard to squeeze information out of Cass, so we got to try it with you.
I'm probably harder.
So the 2 questions. The first one is, so since you started Remade and since you joined Artifact, how do you balance both sides of things, like with Artifact stuff and with Remade stuff?
Oh.
So that's the first question. The second question is, So what brings you to LA, and like why are you staying in LA and not Taipei?
What? Good questions. Okay, first question. I mean, I have employees, so I'm the brain, and then I, I trust my employees, so the remate is doing fine. And Artifact, we have a great team, so yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Like my time. Another thing is I don't really sleep, so I'm just working all the time. I think Cass knows that, Ferry knows that. And why am I in LA? Because I was here for SneakerCon, and I was gonna fly back this Saturday to Taipei, but then all of a sudden we got Complex Con, so I'm staying. Gotta keep working, man.
Well, that's cool. And I'm guessing Taipei Blockchain Week you might be back in Taipei.
I don't know yet, but yeah, I think so. Why?
No, it's just wondering, hey, how do you choose where you spend your time in,
Oh,
whether
I
you're
mean,
in
okay.
LA
I
or
try to
Taipei?
spend. I try to spend like. I mean, I travel a lot, but I try to spend most of my time in Taipei, and then probably 2-3 months a year in LA.
Beetle is trying to get his award retracted. With these questions.
He just want to know where you spend your time.
No, we just want to find out
Casually.
more about Tommy's personal life.
My personal
like how he
life.
enjoys his McDonald's.
Yeah, 8.
He wants to know how many pillows you have on your bed at night.
3.
What's your in and out order?
That's a solid number.
What's your Starbucks order?
Well, let's throw it to Meryl, because let's be real, this man is up at 4
Yeah,
a.m.,
man.
so we got to be respectful of time zones.
I know.
Meryl,
Can't believe you're still up.
There's a few of us down here. I think OG's down there as well, and obviously Beatles basically on the same company. So yeah, people showing up.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks. No, all good, all good. It's kind of reminiscent. I'm visiting my mom in Osaka at the moment, when I first came to Japan, and that was during the time when it was like early stage artifact. People just had the clones, and I was jumping on like different spaces and trying to like dig into the different community members out here, and TAIWANSWAG and Johnny and everyone. I was jumping on spaces and posting stuff like jumping into their spaces and trying to learn what remade was. And I remember jumping into remade space, and even Johnny's there just listening in, even though most of it's in Chinese. And I questioned like, so what do you think like NFTs are gonna be? And Tommy's just like, it's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be everything. It's gonna be the escape and everything. It's gonna be everywhere. Everything's gonna be NFTs. I was like, okay, I guess excited about this shit. So that was my first interaction, I think, with my broken Chinese and like speaking on his spaces and remade. And yeah, I think it's just like it's kind of interesting to reflect on. It's been a year, but also like everyone's like much more connected now, and there's a lot of different personalities and everything here. So yeah, just once you meet Tommy in person, I mean he's bigger than life. I mean, his meat vessel, which he takes care of a lot. He's also very big, like he wants to be everyone's big brother, and so I think there's a genuine authenticity there. But yeah, he also can take up the space, because like sometimes people are talking to him like, oh, let me show you this thing, and Someone's like, I've done that, I've done it better than you. This is like shit, man. It's like yeah, but yeah, that's just how he is. He's just very passionate and very big energy about everything. But that's Tommy for you. But I guess if I had a question, it's like, where do you see the community stuff heading in the next year? And is there anything you have in mind, or any hopes that you have?
Any hopes? I think right now the sentiment is actually really good, because this year we just focus on delivering, right? And I feel like we've been doing good so far. We just shipped out the Air Force One today, and everybody's gonna be, getting them. And for the community, I feel like the team, we serve as a platform. So with everybody that has a question or really want to do something, we're just here to help. I feel like this is something different than the traditional brand. So we definitely have something to be planning on, and we try to fill up the gap between every big drops and big release. So we feel like that's when the community, can be doing something, and we always welcome if you guys have any incentive. We've been having conversation with CloneX holders in Australia, Texas, Singapore, Hong Kong. So yeah, just schedule a call with us and we'll bring some together. Yeah. But also have to give you flowers, man. You are like the man of Japan community. Like the best tour guide, the best community member, you know. So
Oh,
yeah,
thank you. I
thank
mean,
you.
OG's here helping out as well, man. I mean, he's got a kid and everything, and he helped
Of
to
course.
organize a few things. But there's a team here, and I think it's just trying to keep it alive. Really, it sounds like from OG saying, it sounds like things are a little bit rocky, but people here are still curious about CloneX. But I appreciate your words, and yeah, always here to show people around. It's a good city.
Thank you, man.
Well, guys, as kind of promised, our special guest is up on stage, Mr. Zaptio in the flesh. How's it going? Welcome.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Going well. We're deep in the dunk grind. I know there's a lot of great things going on that side, so happy everyone's positive. Also, here to support TAIWANSWAG, which I've known for a very long time. We go way back, pre-Artifact days, cooking up sneakers, so it's funny how we've gone full circle. So yeah, just vibing.
What's up, my special guest?
Oh man.
No, I did mention earlier a little bit about how like in 2019 July, like that's like I was just trying to tell them why I didn't really participate in Artifact because my dad just passed away and I was really wasn't focusing when you reached out to me. But eventually it worked out. I'm on the team now.
Yeah, no, it all came full circle. I still
Yeah.
remember when I reached out to you to join Artifact back in the day, and I was like, "What? No? Okay."
No, I didn't say no.
It was complicated. Let's put it that way.
It was complicated. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's put it that way. It was complicated. Yeah,
It worked out
but it
well.
all worked out. Yeah, it all worked out well. It's fun.
Wait, can y'all tell us which was like the first shoe you guys worked on together?
We didn't work. We didn't really work on any shoe. It was just like question because
We had similar clients. We had some big like high profile clients, and then they're like, "Oh, do you know Tommy? We're working on something." And we both like shared clients, and we're in the same sort of like communities with sneakers.
Yeah.
But we never did anything together.
Yeah.
He was too high profile, hard to catch at the time.
Oh, come on, stop. Stop. No, it was, but yeah, it was funny. I mean, I feel like the early day sneaker culture and the customizing world, and now it's kind of I feel like the same vibe, But yeah, we just continue building. I think Z is, finally working with him. It's fun because he's like a crazy scientist. He has like crazy ideas, always like dropping, bombs in each meetings. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of last minute ideas, and that's what's cool about Artifact, that we're still like we were in terms of someone can have an idea a few days before launch, and we discuss it with the team, and we're like, okay, how can we make it happen? So we still have that fire in us, which makes it fun. That's why the dunk is super, super exciting. It's like the first silhouette that's more Artifact than our previous drops. Like we designed from scratch with Chris, and kind of all roads were leading to the dunk. So can't wait. And that public sale perspective, I think, is huge to get more people in the space, because we're going to see Air Forces have basically started shipping today. The next few weeks, the timelines are going to be full of people getting them, and a lot of people who love sneakers are going to be asking questions. So it's the start of a big, big period, I think, for Artifact and everyone. And Complex Con is going to be amazing. So if you can, make it down because it's going to be a fun time.
Are you coming?
Obviously.
Hey, I have to confirm.
Yeah.
Just kidding, man. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Let's pass it over to Dre,
Yep.
and then we'll go to Shadow.
Yo, so I love how Tommy always come through with the alpha, man. Asking Zap on stage, just be coming through the Complex Con, getting it out there. Get the leaks out there, my guy. We appreciate you for that. But this is my question that I have for you guys is, you just rifled off some of the CloneX World Tour stops, Tommy. And I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to talk to you guys or throw this out there. You didn't say Miami for Art Basel, right? And Bad Take is already building up something to have an activation in Art Basel. I think it'd be a wonderful opportunity for us to collab once again and do a CloneX World Tour stop in Miami for Art Basel. I threw this out to you, Zap, when you jumped in Bad Take a couple weeks ago. And I was like, yo, we need to have a Miami panel talking about sneakers in Art Basel. And he was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So I want to double down on that great idea and see if we can get something thrown up in the air. Maybe like
100%. The thing is, I'm based in Miami, so we're definitely doing something. I actually looped Tommy in an email last week with plans.
Yeah.
We're gonna cook up an official event with a partner, and then would love to see with Tommy and you how we can get the Bad Take crew to do something big there. But we definitely have something.
Yeah, I was about to loop Dre in later today, but since he asked, I got some info, but
we're gonna do something.
We'll do something.
Let's run it. Loop me in, baby.
Yeah,
Let's run it.
Z just tried to trap me in US. Like, don't want me to go back to Asia.
It's true. It's hard with the time zones, man. Tommy is always joining calls, and it's like 3, 4 a.m. on his side, and he still has high energy. I don't know what this guy, how he maintains his energy, but how he is now. He's always like that at like 4 a.m.
It's better now. I'm in LA. Yeah. Let's go to Shadow. I think Shadow is first, and then Kane.
Hey, appreciate it.
What's up, Shadow?
So I kind of have a two-part question now. After hearing, Complex Con and Art Basel, I'm actually very interested in going to try to make both of them if I still have money left after forging. What I guess this is kind of my first part of the question is to everybody. I've never been to either or, so what can you kind of expect out of Complex Con, and what can you kind of expect out of like Art Basel? Like I'm talking the event, not like what Artifact is going to be doing there. Just trying to get a feel for both events.
Yeah,
I feel. Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, no, I think Complex Con is a bigger event in terms of that. Like we're planning an official Artifact event there, displaying things, also an experience, and I think there's like 50,000 people who attend Complex Con, and all loads of top like streetwear, sneaker brands create booths and have exclusive products, and there's a lot of like celebrities coming down, which I can't really talk about. But I think Complex Con is kind of better for that sort of experience, to experience a lot of different culture and art together. And then Miami, I think we're planning more so community meetup events and dinners and things like that. But Art Basel's cool to see. It's just like artists from all around the world and top gallerists create huge exhibitions, and there's a lot of culture that comes down. But if you had to pick between the two, more focus on like artifact stuff, I would definitely prioritize Complex Con.
All right, thank you very much for that.
Good answer.
And then my actual question was first a thank you. I was actually one of the ones that was very interested in the vials, and I'm happy to see that they are going to be able to be implemented into the shoes. But a quick question off of the vial mod that we saw today with the tongue vial, is that removable or is that embedded into the shoe as well?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I can confirm all these pieces are modular, so they're removable. One thing that we're cooking up is giving the files to the modular system, so the 3D legends in the community can actually create new attachments. We were inspired by the acronym Blazers that had a bolt system, but we redeveloped our own to make it easier, more focused on 3D printing and that sort of thing. And I know a lot of people dabbled with like their own renders and even the kind of evolution states that are coming out soon. We'd love to see what people can take and create on top of what we've built. And I think the vial system, the intention of it was to like merge the digital and physical. So like if you have a Murakami vial, you'll be able to forge that and clip that on the shoe, and then people will know like, yo, that guy has that vial. I saw a lot of people like speculating on electronics and like screens and things, and that stuff's far out. And I think given what happened with CryptoKicks and shipping electronics, we decided to avoid that. But this shoe is fully modular and has a few areas for people to play with, and I'd love to see people get screens, build their own attachments, and clip them on their shoes and really build a future life. So I think we've kind of given it as like a Lego brick that people can build on top of.
Yeah, and you know what? I have to say, this is my second time talking to you. I'm actually fairly new to Artifact. I came back in June. I am not a sneakerhead, but I always wanted to be a sneakerhead when I was young. But because of the size of shoe that I wear and just, family situations, we unfortunately I was not able to buy sneakers as much as I wanted to. So this is a chance for me to kind of go back in time and to really dive into this whole sneaker world. But I am a collector. Like, I collect, cards, I collect a lot of different things. And the fact that you guys are going to be having all this customization with the shoes and the mods and the vials, that is kind of blending the worlds together for me. And so I just wanted to say that I'm very excited to see what you guys have cooked up. And thank you for answering my questions.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, while it's on, I don't want to skip anybody. Do you know when we'll get the 3D files for it? Just want to make sure we're doing the right measurements and everything like that. Do we have to wait for the dunks, or is it something that we might be able to get a little bit earlier? Just a question.
Yeah, I think we're
we'll
pushing to get it earlier.
Yeah.
So you should have that before you get the shoes, and it'll just be a file where you guys can just go crazy on top of it and then print, and it should just clip in.
Thank you.
Let's go to Kane and then POV.
So I got Clegg to follow me last week, and that's one clone. And then I got a second clone. So Zap, could you follow me? And then whenever I get my third clone, maybe Benito will follow me.
Won the artist spotlight, Kane.
This
nothing
guy.
to do with TAIWANSWAG, nothing to do with dunks. Just
This guy.
Unbelievable.
The disrespect. Cass, you're very, very quiet. I don't know why. POV, do you have a question for Tommy? Because this space is about him. Please go ahead. POV. No.
Take as a no.
Is that a no?
Like, no, it's not. It's not for Tommy.
Yo, I didn't get called on, did I? I was walking my dog and lost service. But I don't know. Since I'm talking now, I just wanted to say what up, y'all. And I had moved to Miami a year ago, so I was mad hyped to hear that you guys, had did that event last time. Because ironically, y'all actually held that event right under where my brother now lives. So I'm pretty much there every day. Not that you might use it again, but whenever you guys come out, I think it's gonna be mad valuable for the community aspect of things. We spend all this time with each other. I'm gonna be out here lit. I'm happy to see everybody. I know I'm gonna see some of y'all for sure. And Zap, is super dope to see that you are here because I know you follow me on Instagram as well. So hopefully you've been seeing some of the stuff I've been doing. But yeah, I'm out here. So please remember POV in Miami. We all gotta tap in, man. I just had to come up here and say something. Also hearing that the pieces are attachable, detachable. Johnny, bro, I'm on your line, bro.
Let him cook.
Concept to reality.
I just want to go back to Kane. Kane, I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice. I'm joking. I'm going to pass it over to Golden Age. How you doing today?
What's up, bro? I'm just saying what's good to everybody. I'm listening to the Taiwan story about the remade, and I'm just like, bruh, how did I miss some of these? So no, I'm just intrigued, bruh. And then hearing some of the alpha dropped on the cities, I'm lit. I'll be out there in Complex Condo. I'm setting up all that now. I had one question. Let me see. I think the question was for anybody that can answer it. It was on the release of the dunks. Are we going to be using our own app, or is it going to be something that we have them go through a different phrase with? But are we going to use our own app?
In terms of what? Sorry, I didn't quite understand.
So the artifact app. Are we going to use that to get people to buy when you release them? Because I know if you're at the SneakerCon, I think there was something said about they can buy one, or if you're online, you can buy one even if you're not there. Correct?
Yeah, there's a few different like beats and drops. So like the first one is the token gated event, which is for all of you guys. Then we have the complex con where people can get that void colorway live, and then
Gotcha.
last
Yeah, it was for the.
the last part's going to be on a website. It's not going to be through the app yet.
Okay, cool. No, I was just wondering if we was gonna utilize the app yet, or just go straight to the website. That was all.
Zap, you got to get off stage, man. It's gonna turn into an
I
alpha
know.
class. You got to get
No,
out.
that was
I know,
Tommy.
man.
Tommy could have
This
answered
my
that.
special guest is like the alpha king, man. Oh man.
No, Tommy could have
Tommy
answered
set me
that
up
too.
on purpose, man. He knew what he was doing. He was like, "We need my creator spaces popping, so come on and drop some alpha." That's
Yep.
his master plan.
Nah.
Yeah, but honestly, guys, you need to behave yourselves because you're putting Zap off. He's never gonna come here again. You know how important it is
I
for us
think
to
No,
I
This is
think
a
it
nice
get
feels
some
good.
surprise,
time
though.
with him.
It was good though. Like the
Yeah,
questions
nice
that he
surprise. We
answered was good.
appreciate it. Absolutely.
yeah. Tommy could have answered that. That wasn't even for Zap. Tommy could have. He could have shot that.
Oh man, throwing shades at me now. Come on.
Now I gotta ask Zap Alpha question. What is your favorite colorway?
Whew, it's a tough one. I have to say, I think the OG, the one that we've kind of teased, just because it's representative of the first NFT or digital item we released with Nike. So I think for that symbolic level, it's there. But I think the other two colorways are a bit more wearable day to day. I'm more of a like dark sneaker guy. So those ones, like, yeah, you can rock them every day. But we did similar to like CloneX with the Air Forces, that each one tells a different story and has very weird and different materials on each one. So they all have their unique twist.
Dang. Since we're all asking really stupid questions now, I might as well throw this out there. If anybody has any extra dunk NFTs, I only have one and I'm trying to like get more than one.
Oh my god.
Just hit
How many are you trying to get? How many are you trying to get?
Oh my
just
god.
one more. Just one more.
Barry, somebody will help you out post spaces, I feel.
Thank you.
I will not have an OG for you, but I am only going to be able to probably afford to max out 3, and I have 4. So you can have my others other than the OG, unless the colorway comes out and I'm just like, yeah, no, you can have the OG. So just stay tuned, I guess.
Thank you very much for the offer. I only want the OGs. I mean, I haven't seen the rest. I probably will change my mind as well. But I really want more than one of the OGs. So keep that in mind.
Shout out for giving us 3 options.
Right? Jeez. Spoiled.
I got a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought from like a year ago when the spaceships were coming out, I thought I was under the understanding that Tommy was helping out with that. But who helped make the early collections from the spaceship stuff?
So the space strips, we actually released them with Nike. So we had our product development team, but like everything pre-Nike, we had our own factory set up in Portugal that we did for like the Punks and Staples, Ferocious. That was all done internally.
Right, gotcha.
Speaking of working with Tommy, Zap, what's something that you're excited about for having Tommy on board? What's it been like working with him?
Why are you so quiet, Cass? You're like
Why are
quiet.
you
I
a
don't know. My
fault?
headphones are rugged. I guess. My bad.
No, I think with Tommy, he brings a good energy to the space, and I think the space is all about community. And I think Tommy's not shy to like reach out to people and go crazy. And I think to the actual events, he brings a really good vibe. And I think what made him stand out when we were early, like seeing him in the community, was how he was like jumping in spaces and doing live translations for the Asian holders. And we thought that's super cool. It's kind of what you'd expect from a brand from the future. Is like there's like translations in different languages, and it's a worldwide community. So I think bridging all of these different communities into one place has been amazing. And like you guys, Kaz, Tommy, killed SneakerCon. We pretty much didn't have much involvement. These guys just ran with it. So I think having like the independency to kind of carry out decisions and do dope things for the community is what we're excited about.
Yep. So I'm just a translator.
Tommy.
I'm a translator.
A lot more.
You can lift heavy things.
Right, we're probably going to go for another 10 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on how many questions
I think there's
people have.
10. I have a meeting soon.
Oh, you have to go?
Yeah, I have to go at like 12:50. So 20
Okay,
minutes.
cool. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Any flowers?
More flowers for Tommy. More flowers
Well,
every time.
I don't need flowers.
What's the? But hey, what's the newest pair that you're cooking up with the remade? Just on the side mission, I guess. It's still your space. Everybody got Alpha from Zap. We gonna cut them off now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm working on actually a lot of stuff, but the main stuff I'm actually working with the National Palace Museum in Asia. So that's the thing I'm working on right now. Yeah, like I said, like I'm not really taking like one-of-one orders anymore. I just work with like projects. So I'm just trying to do like 2 or 3 a year.
Gotcha.
Tommy, overall, in the whole of Artifact and their collection, what is your favorite piece?
What is my favorite piece?
Yeah.
Man.
He'd say the Murakami jacket, but it's not here in LA with him. Just say it to Dre. I had to say it to Dre.
No.
Bro, you are out of line.
Honestly, what's my favorite? I would say like, oh man, it's hard. But since I'm a sneakerhead, I would just say like the first is either the all black pair of the Genesis Air Force One or the Murakami DNA one, because yeah, I feel like that's really iconic that Nike has allowed, the new logo on the other side of the shoe, and that material, how to stand out, that you have to see it, like the picture, and then when you actually see the actual product, there's a different impression. I feel like that's, a good product when you have that impression. And the Murakami just that, because I feel like Artifact is the one that enabled the first Nike and Murakami collab. Yeah.
Great choice. It's one of my favorites too. It's Wayne. Look at your new clone. You look so sick. Congratulations.
Oh, Wayne's here.
I appreciate it. Now I was just I just wanted to jump on and just give Tommy his flowers. He's such a dope human being. I remember when I dropped an animation of a girl clone spinning. I remember the first interaction Tommy gave me was so dope. I want, right? And I was like, and I totally took it the wrong way. I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to, bro. I wanted to. And he's like, no, not like that, bro. I want the animation. And ever since then we've been back and forth, and Tommy's very upfront and direct with obviously what he likes, and I really appreciate that. And I think I talk to Tommy almost every day, but he's just a dope human being, and I just want to give him his flowers, really.
Hey, you're too, man. So yeah, I've passed on like So Wayne is, I don't know, like I think everybody knows him. He's like one of the dopest creator, you know, and he's just been helping a lot of people. And I know like a lot of creators in our, community that's looking for, opportunities outside of the space or whatever. And that's when I say I serve myself as a platform as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say what I'm working on with Wayne, but I did give him some opportunity to, have some extra income outside of the space. And I think this is what Artifact is for as well.
Man of the people. We love it.
Thank you for your love, Swain. We have OG coming up as well, and Dre. Dre, you got your hand up, and then let's pass it to OG.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that Cass knew that I heard that shot that he took at me earlier. I was in the shower, I couldn't respond quick enough, but I heard you.
Bro, don't get mad. Look.
It's all love, baby. It's all
Hey,
love. Always.
I let you put it on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have been like the brand new shoes, just like, nah, you ain't touching them. You know what I'm saying? But I gave you a taste.
Here we go. Let me ask this to Tommy to redirect the energy. So yeah, last the designer con, you came through, shocked everybody with your sneaker design of the Revo, or Revo. I don't know if I ever pronounced it the right way, but what are the plans on releasing those? You didn't have my Bigfoot size the day of. I just watched everybody else bounce on the air in front of me. So asking, what do you plan on doing about releasing those? Because I am eagerly expecting my pair.
All right. So first, this is the Artifact Creator Space, so we should focus on the dunks. That would be my official answer. But on the side, I feel like on the 3D printed side, I'm actually doing a different approach that I think I'll announce soon. But I wouldn't focus on the product. I would say I'll focus on the software and the platform of how to turn visualizing stuff and physical stuff straight into 3D printing format. I think that's what I'm working on. So yeah, that's my answer to you.
I just want to say, Zaptio, we don't usually have beef on stage when we do these spaces. This is just a one-off. I don't know why they're all trying to like show off in front of you. But OG, welcome up on stage.
What up, man? Good morning. It's very early, by the way. I have 4 questions for Tommy. Number one isn't a question. Number one, I'm kind of pissed at Artifact, yo. Like, you guys ripped my co-host. Tommy's actually my co-host. We run this Asian Spaces, and ever since Artifact ripped him from me, we couldn't run the Spaces no more because I don't have a co-host now. But anyways, back to the questions. Number one, before we go to anything work related, how is Mama Swag, yo, Tommy?
That's good, man. She went to Japan and now she's back to Taipei, but she did travel to Singapore with me. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Mama Swag's really cool, yo. Y'all need to meet her. She roamed the streets of Shibuya with us. She was really cool. Say hi for me, Tony. Say hi for me. Number two. Tell us more about CloneX Taiwan, dude. That's your squad.
Oh,
how's everyone, man?
CloneX Taiwan is great. Everybody, actually, like I feel like CloneX Taiwan, it's really mature. They understand how to, the IP usage and all that stuff. So I feel like we still have like get together since Taiwan's really small, and there's like 400 something holders over there. So some of them, like 20, 30 of them, still will have like get together, lunch or whatever together. And but yeah, everybody's working on like crazy stuff. Tabasa is working on crazy stuff. Julia, you know how it is. Like she has a gallery, so she's been doing a lot of creation with the IP and all that.
Cool. Well, CloneX Taiwan's like one of the coolest teams I've ever seen like do anything with their CloneXs. So I really hope they get more light shone on them. Number 3, what is the hardest part of the community part of your job? I know it's not all, you know, rainbows and it's not all flowers and rainbows. Is that the correct English term? I don't know. But yeah, what's the hardest part, yo?
Of course,
And
we're all
what?
humans, right? So sometimes there's some conflicts and drama. So I'm just trying to be the middle person and unbiased to see what's going on and try to resolve it in the peaceful way.
And you're doing a great job of that, to be honest. And this is my final question. What are a few points that we as community teams, like I'm from Tokyo, Beatles from Singapore, you know, Meryl's always in Tokyo. What are a few points that us as community teams can improve on when communicating with Artifact, like, you know, relaying things that we want to do and getting the okay from you guys? If there's anything that you guys want us to
I feel
improve
like
on.
so far the communication been really professional. Like how the Singapore event is really successful because the Beetle and the Regis and the Singapore core team, we have like weekly meeting, maybe sometimes not even weekly, like every day. They actually when we said that we're gonna do Clone War Tour, they actually is the one that come up with the most organized and well prepared presentation and how they want to run it with like purpose, with the venue, with the dates, and like duration, how long they want to do it, and the budget, estimated budget. I feel like if you guys ever want to do something or have a question when it's really construct or well planned, we always will give feedback. We're not gonna just ignore it.
Perfect. So, Meryl, I hope you heard that. So we're gonna start bugging Tommy and Cass, I guess.
Yeah, we'll
For
get
okay.
Tommy.
No problem.
All right, man. Thank you for all those answers. That's all on my end.
Thank you, man.
Beautiful. I guess we can wrap it up here, guys. First of all, I just want to say Huang Yin Lai Tao to the future, and Xie Taiwan swag. Tommy, we love you so much. Thank you for all of your hard work. Zaptio, you're my G. I'm so happy that you came up. Thank you for your time. Cass, as always, thank you. And all the speakers, all the listeners, you guys are amazing. Any final words, Tommy?
No, I think, like I said, my DM is open. Cass's DM is open. Yours too. Not sure about Z's, but we're we're always here to help, and let's keep let's keep building. And I hopefully see you guys at ComplexCon and all the future artifact related events. And thank you guys for coming today again.
Let's go. It's gonna be an exciting month.
I know.
Rest
Oh
of the
man,
year.
we should have had a Taiwan swag sing on the way out.
No.
What?
Oh my God, that's a horrible.
He sings?
No, horrible.
He can sing.
Horrible.
No.
Karaoke.
I'm gonna drop the beat.
Got the pipes though.
Horrible.
I'm
going to prepare for my very important call. Okay. This is for the community. All right. I'm serious.
I told you I was good. I was coming for you. I was exposing you.
Cass, I have to go to a very important meeting. Okay, you know that. So.
He's going to McDonald's.
No, I'm definitely not. I already went.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna drop the beat and you can drop some bars to it. Ready?
Drop some bars.
Steady. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. You all have to say bye.
Shout out Tommy.
Shout out to everybody. Busy month.
Good job. Good job. Bye. See you next week.
Yeah.